Hi, and welcome to the very first episode of Conscious Clicks. I'm Chang, and I'm so excited you're here. I started this podcast because I noticed something that affects almost all of us as teenagers. TikTok isn't just a space for trends, music, or entertainment anymore. It has also become one of the most powerful shopping platforms in the world. And the truth is, it's shaping the way we spend money in ways we may not even notice. The purpose of this podcast is simple: to help people, especially teens, to become more mindful about how social media influences our decisions, especially when it comes to money. Each week, we'll take a closer look about how platforms like TikTok affect our spending habits and explore ways we can make better, more intentional choices. So let's start with this. Picture yourself scrolling on TikTok. You see a really cute water bottle once. You think, oh, that's cute, and keep scrolling. Then 5 minutes later, it pops up again. Different creator, different video, but the same exact product. By the end of the evening, it feels like that water bottle is following you everywhere. You don't even remember if you truly liked it in the first place, but now it feels like something you need. That's not a coincidence, that's the algorithm at work. TikTok's For You page is not random. It's designed to carefully study what captures your attention, even for just a split second. Did you pause? Did you rewatch? Did you click the comments? Every tiny interaction signals interest, and TikTok feeds that right back to you over and over again. When this system applies to products, it creates an incredibly powerful form of marketing. You're not just seeing one ad the way you would on a television or a billboard. You're seeing the same product pop up from multiple voices in multiple contexts until it feels less like advertising and more like a cultural moment you don't want to miss. Marketers call this social proof, the idea that if everyone seems to be buying or using something, it must be worth having. TikTok takes social proof and supercharges it. That water bottle is not just a water bottle anymore. It's a trend, it's a lifestyle, it's something people like you are supposedly enjoying right now. And before you know it, you're clicking add to cart not because you carefully considered the purchase, but because you've been nudged into believing it's the thing to have. Here are some findings that are kind of crazy but honestly did not surprise me. Research shows that 85% of Gen Z users say social media directly influences what they buy, and TikTok leads the pack at 45%. Even more striking, more than half of TikTok users, 55%, say they've made an impulse purchase on the app. That's higher than any other social platform. And here's where it gets even more dramatic. Surveys reveal that 71% of TikTok users make immediate purchases right after seeing a product in their feed. No hesitation, no research, just instant buying. Compare that to Instagram at 46% and Facebook at 45%. TikTok is clearly on another league. Now, when you look specifically at TikTok Shop, the numbers are just as revealing. 37% of Americans under 60 have purchased through TikTok Shop. On average, users make about 12 purchases per year, spending around $59 per order. That's nearly $700 a year, all from one app. This isn't just about the app itself. TikTok influencers are changing the way we think about advertising. Gen Z is 34% more likely to trust influencers than traditional ads, and 50% more likely to trust them over celebrity endorsements. About 1 in 2 TikTok users have spent at least $100 on influencer recommended items, but here's the catch. More than a quarter regret those purchases. So, TikTok is not just entertainment, it's a marketing machine, one designed to make us quickly spend and often spend, sometimes without even thinking twice. Okay, I think it's time for a quick story time. My friend kept seeing this skincare product on TikTok. Like, not once, not twice, literally 10 times in 1 week. Different influencers, same product, all hyping it up like it was the secret to perfect skin. At first, she didn't even care, but after seeing it over and over and over again, she said, "Wait, am I missing out?" So she caved in. And not only did she buy it, she bought 3 things from that same brand. And guess what? None of them worked for her skin. And now the bottles are just sitting on her shelf, collecting dust. But here's the thing, I don't blame her. I've done the exact same thing. That's the TikTok effect. It's not just selling us products, it's selling us FOMO, the fear of missing out. Like if everyone else is buying it, you feel as though you have to, or else you'll be left out. And it just doesn't stop at one purchase. Once you give in, it starts becoming a habit. Suddenly your feed is just one big shopping mall and you're adding to cart without even realizing it. So here's the real lesson. It's not just about never buying stuff. It's about taking that 1 second to pause and think, do I actually want this? Or do I just keep seeing it on my feed that's making me want it? It can literally save you money, time, and the pile of random products sitting in your room. Because TikTok will always keep showing us things. But at the end of the day, the algorithm doesn't decide what you buy. You do. So, what does all of this mean for us as consumers? On one hand, TikTok is a brilliant discovery engine. It can introduce us to new products we might genuinely love. On the other hand, however, the platform is built to encourage impulse buying, and many of those purchases do not bring lasting satisfaction. So here's my challenge to you after listening today. The next time you feel the urge to buy something you saw on TikTok or any other social media platform, stop and ask yourself one question. Would I still want this if it didn't show up on my For You page again tomorrow? If the answer is yes, maybe it's worth considering. If the answer is no, then maybe it's the algorithm talking, not you. In our next episode, we'll dive in deeper into the psychology and marketing behind this, especially FOMO and online validation. Why do we feel left out when we don't join in on the latest product trend, and how can we fight that pressure without feeling disconnected from our peers? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 1 of Conscious Clicks. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend that says TikTok may be biased by this, and don't forget to follow along so you don't miss the next episode. Together, let's make conscious clicks, not careless ones.